Hello everyone, this is DireFuel20 and welcome to episode 16 of DireFuel20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21, where today my plan is to get going with more automation in just Dire things. So that said, I'm going to want to lock this new drawer that I set up, and then we're going to bind it to the controller. So now the controller from functional storage here has access to all these drawers, and these drawers are going to play several roles for me. One, I want to keep feeding nether wart into my thing. Number two, I'm going to put coal right in there, so we have a bunch of coal blocks kind of automated, turning into block things. And number three, my now plan is to automate filling this new block placer that I just placed and the simple clicker with all the stuff that we're going to want to do using item pipes from the Modern Dynamics mod. So we're going to pipe from the storage controller all the way around, kind of thing, and see what we can do to get this thing fully automated. With my goal of being insert coal, and then eventually everything auto converts into tier 2, just dire coal, and then eventually we'll get it bumped up to tier 3 and then tier 4 once we get to that stage of the game, obviously. So let's take a look. So I'm gonna like break into this wall a little bit, because there's really like 3 blocks that we need to feed into here, right? So what I'm gonna do, speaking of coal, perfect. Oh yeah, you can tell that's a big coal vein because of how long it's taking to break the blocks. Look how long it's taking to break the blocks. That's going to be a lot of coal. I can sense it. I can sense it. Now, a few people have commented on how long it takes to break very large veins like this. And they're like, hey, you know, with Vein Miner, it's almost instant, right? Yes, Vein Miner is a great mod. I very much like it on things like Skyblocks and stuff. That said, or you know, Ore Miner, like all the mod that lets you just like hold a hotkey and it like breaks everything. Great mod, but also kind of OP, right? Let's be honest. Oh my goodness, that was like almost 4 stacks of coal. I think the fortune helped, but that was also a really big coal vein, like a really big coal vein, right? I'm not even sure that I got it all. I can only assume that I did, but like, holy cow, that was a big coal vein, right? I should light this area up just because of how big that was. All right, yeah, so totally a fan of that mod. Don't get me wrong, but I also like, I'm of the opinion that that kind of ability should be something that has a cost to it. So like, you have to get the right tool, you have to get the right upgrade installed, there's a limit to how many blocks it can break, though it does get bigger as you get higher tier in the mod, and it has that slowdown. That said, if you're having a problem with how long it takes to break things, there's upgrades later on that make things way faster. But also, like, you can throw efficiency on the tool, there's lots of things you can do to make it, like, you know, better. But let's get back to automating, right? So I'm going to automate these 3 machines. So this one here needs to receive nether wart, right? So I'm going to add this filter from Modern Dynamics, and I should... Oh, we're about to find out if dragging from JEI works. It does! Good job, Modern Dynamics. That's what's up. So nether wart's going to be allowed in here. You're going to be coal blocks. Okay. And then you're going to be primal coal blocks over here. Okay, so primal coal. And it should be whitelist for all of them. Deal? Works for me. Okay, now we should run this dude behind the wall. And I'm going to use my hammer to disconnect that guy, because we don't... Or actually, no, it's this guy we want to disconnect. I do want this to connect. Perfect, and that's your storage controller. Sweet. Okay. So with that all in place now, if I were just to put that there, he should just start extracting. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at it go. Nice. And it's just going to take all the coal out. Now, it's going to be a little bit slow. For sure, it's going to be a little bit slow at first. But, like, we can throw upgrades in this thing if we so decide. Though I don't know that we need to. Like, this thing takes a long time to craft, right? So is there any reason to put upgrades in it? Like, I would argue no. I would argue there's absolutely no point. And it absolutely appears to be doing what I want it to do. And then as soon as this goes in, boom, he placed the Void Flame Coal. Nice. Nice. And then you're going to get Nether Wart once you're done extracting the coal blocks here, right? Well, looks like he's already doing it. Probably because he extracted enough to get a full stack, which is cool. Right, here comes the Nether Wart. Looking good. All right. So now let's do a couple things. Let's pop up here and make another iron pickaxe, because we're going to want a sensor, and you're going to sense allow list blaze, what's it called? Ember. Okay, so raw blaze ember, and then you're going to do a strong signal, and then you're going to have a breaker facing up. Okay, and then I'm going to give you that. Oh, that's awesome. And then that goes in there. Why are you breaking? Strong signal, allow list, target block. All right, I need you on high. There we go. Okay, so now your signal, your target blocked, and that was far easier than I expected it to be. I should figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the episode now, because that was way easier than I thought it would be. Right? That was way easier than I thought it would be. Like, holy cow, was that way easier than I thought it would be. But now what should be happening is we should be converting these things pretty easily here, right? So you're going to work and you're going to work. That ain't bad. And then I can still, like, come in here to manually craft. At some point, I will probably automate this further, like I said, but yeah. Are you? Oh, you are. You are. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, because this guy is getting the signal from over there. So what we're going to want to do is rearrange some of this a little bit. You know what I could do is have the sensor. Let's have the sensor facing down. Now, he should remember all his settings. Most of these blocks should remember their settings when they're broken and picked up. Okay, so if I do that, that should be cool. Is that a good time? Yeah, buddy. All right, so now that should solve the problem that we just had, right? So what'll happen is you're going to convert in a second here. Yeah, definitely different. Okay, that works for me. Sweet. Okay, I'm cool with that. I might want to move this one up just a smidge. I don't know, because he'd be kind of visible. I think as long as I'm not here, we should be fine. Yeah, we should be cool. All right, so is this working? I feel like this is working, right? It's a little bit slow, but like I said, this will speed up over time, and we'll have better ways. Okay, next up, I'd like to automate some of the fuel that we're going to be making here. So the plan would be to get more ferrocore. Sounds like a plan to me, actually. I like it. Now, we're probably going to need another blaze bloom, but I can kind of deal with that. Some more goo. We're definitely going to need some more goo. So maybe I should make one now while waiting for this, because this process also requires some goo, so we're going to need to, like, do it up, right? Yeah, let's definitely look at that, okay? So I'm going to need more sugar, just dire goo. So 2 rotten flesh and 4 clay balls. You'd think I'd memorize, like, my own mods recipes, but harder than you would think. I'm just saying. It ain't quite as easy. It ain't quite as easy at all. 4 blaze powder and 2 nether wart. And then 2 redstone. Do we have any extra nether wart in here? Yeah, I think I do. Sweet. This guy's also going to need a clicker, by the way. That's definitely a thing that we're going to have to deal with. So first things, let's make, I made a sink because we're going to need water. So a quick refresher on what we're making. We're making just our things fuel. Now fuel only starts at tier 2. So like the blaze ember tier. There's no tier 1 fuel, okay? And that's by design. So basically each coal or coal upgrade, with the exception of tier 1, has an equivalent fuel. And the fuel is way better energy generation than the coal. That said, it does cost some gold and some nether wart. So we're going to have to factor that into the equation. But the gist is it's really easy to make. We basically just, first off, we need to goo convert unrefined blaze ember fuel into blaze ember fuel. So the goo refines the fuel. To get the unrefined version of the fuel, you just drop some blaze ember into polymorphic fluid, which is easy. You just drop some polymorphic catalysts into water. So let's try automating this today and see what we can see. Sound like a fun plan? I hope so, because that's pretty much what we're doing. So let's go over here, and what I'm thinking is, how do we want to set this up? What I'm thinking is, yeah, I could put this in the ground. That should be cool. You can go there, buddy. You can get thatted. Now, in theory, we should be able to kind of get this going. We're gonna need fluid transfers. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot that needs to go into this particular setup because this is actually a really complex craft when you don't have the advanced machines. The advanced machines makes this way easier. But it is actually quite a challenge when you don't have them. Okay. So, and then I can put that one there just to get it going. So what am I going to need to automate this? Off the top of my head, I know I'm going to need the following machines. I'm going to need a simple dropper. What this does is it drops items in the world. Really just that simple. Yeah, it's literally that. We're also going to need a fluid placer to place water in the world. And then we're going to need a fluid collector to collect fluids. Now that said, I could probably pull this off without a fluid placer because I need water. So I could just do a 2x2 of water and see how that works out. We could try it without. It should be doable. Yeah, it should work. Should work. And I'm thinking a sensor. Sensor would be cool. Might need 2 of these. Might need 2 of them. And a clicker, because we're going to have to click nether wart on the blaze goo again, right? So, yeah. So let's get started. I'm going to craft a lot of this off camera. It's all very simple and straightforward crafts. So, yeah, I'll be back in just a sec once I get this all crafted up. Cool. Cool. All right, so let's try this without the fluid placer, because I feel like we can make that work. And if we can't, we'll manage. Deal? Is that fair? That's fair. All right, so let's call this spot right here where things are going to go, okay? And I'm going to temporarily just place this here as like a convenient source. And since I always forget something, I'm going to have a crafting table here ready to go as well. I think I used one of my one and only bucket. So that should be cool. Okay. So how do we want this to work? Also, let's see. What do we have by redstone? Is there the redstone pen? Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, I think that works. Let's make one of these. Ooh, that's a lot of redstone. But probably worth. I want to try it just because it looks cool. And then a feather, which we happen to have exactly one of. Yeah. Redstone quill versus redstone pen. Uses redstone in your inventory versus refillable pen used to draw or remove thin redstone tracks in all directions. I guess they do the same. Let's try this one first because it's like way cheaper. And then if that don't work, we'll figure it out. Deal? Redstone quill. Okay. Only because I want to be able to play with this a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to sense when there's so that should be able to do that. Oh, that's cool. All right. So now right now you're sensing the existence of any block, right? But what I want to do is allow list, and I want to sense water. And if I'm not mistaken, putting a bucket of water in here should make it sense water, but it won't sense not water. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to drop from the top, and then we're going to pick up from the bottom. It's going to be trickier than I thought, now that I think about this. Do I want to make two? I might want to make two. So we need to drop polymorphic into the water, and then we have to drop blaze ember. I could do that. No, that's doable. I can make that happen. It's just really tricky with two sides being inaccessible. Yeah, the challenge is I need to have, well, three sides be inaccessible, right? So we have to sense the water. We have to... So what I could do is... Yeah, that could work. I'm thinking about ways to do this. Hang on. So let's get... Let's see, do I have my wrench? Did I ever make the wrench? From just dire things? Did I make the ferrocore wrench? That's a lot of ferrocore, to be fair, but meh. I don't know if this one works, so I wanna have, like, you know, my own wrench. Should work. Well, no, using my own wrench is better. So let's just get the simple dropper thing going first, right? So you're gonna go here, and I'm gonna rotate you such that you're facing down. Now the simple dropper is really simple. You can specify the pickup delay that items get. So if you leave it the default, you'll be able to pick up the items immediately when they're dropped. But if you add a delay here, you won't be able to pick them up for the length of that delay. The drop amount is how many items drop in a single stack. So by default, it's 1, so it drops 1 item at a time. If you make it 10, it'll drop 10 items at a time. This dude, I want to have a pulse. The direction is down, what direction is dropping. And that should be easy. So now if I make this and this, that should be cool. Okay, so if I put you in here, and then we connect up the redstone like that, right, I should turn off my magnet for a sec. There you go. Hey, that worked. That is cool. That is cool. That's your polymorphic catalyst. Drop in water. Okay. Now the trick will be, how do we sense that that's polymorphic? And then... Yeah, because I'm going to want to sense that it's polymorphic before I drop my next item. So I'm going to need another dropper to drop the coal in. And then we're going to have a simple fluid collector, which also doesn't really have a filter. So that's going to be tricky as well. We need a lot of sensors for this block. What I might need to do is make the catalyst... I might have to make the polymorphic fluid separate from the fuel. And I think that would be the smart play. And I don't need this to be adjacent to goo, so I think that works. It means more machines, but I think it's the better way. So let's do that. All right, so let's do this, okay? I'm going to have water and water, okay? And then we're going to have probably a collector here. And you're going to be on low. I really don't want that. Now, pro tip for most of my machines, they will retain their inventory and settings when you pick them up. However, you should be able to craft all of them by themselves to reset everything. Okay. So I'm going to want you to only work on a low redstone signal. Okay. And then we're going to have a sensor here. Okay. And the sensor will detect water. Now tell me, does this thing block? Cool. Okay. And then no, I don't like that either. Could I do this? Oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to want that. What I could do is make you a strong signal, and that should... Actually, you should be emitting there, I would think, with a strong signal on. You know what? I think I have to, like... There we go. That. Shift-click the center. Shift-click the center will make it react to the fact that it's a strong signal, right? See? Weak, strong. That works. Now, I could put the dropper right here, but I kind of want to watch it go. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And then the simple dropper, let me remove this for a sec so I can rotate you. There you go. And then I'm going to put you in there. Okay. And then I'm going to put the simple fluid collector here. And notice he's not collecting because he has a redstone signal, and he's told that he can only collect when redstone signal is low. Okay? This guy is detecting water. So when I detect water, okay, I'm going to drop a polymorphic catalyst. When I detect something that's not water, I will fluid collect. Is that cool? What I might need to do is this and then that. There we go. Cool. Okay. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! That's cool. I'm going to put you on high, actually. Is that cool? And he'll drop every 20 ticks. And if I wanted to, I could make that 40. But I think 20 is sufficient for now. Is that cool? I feel like it's cool. Right? So then we put this in here. It should go boom, pick up. Boom, pick up. And he can't pick up until he has a low redstone signal. And while he has a high one, he won't pick up. Is that, I think that works. Okay? Okay. Nice. All right, so now we have to get this fluid from here over to here. Or some semi-equivalent. Like what I could do is I could have it be on this side. That could work. I'm on board with that. All right, next up, let's get ready for this bit. So this dude's gonna sense the existence of allow list, and I'm going to want a bucket's worth of... I stored this here from the last attempt. So you're going to emit a redstone signal when you've got a polymorphic fluid bucket, okay? And remember, you can sense whether it's a source or not, but that doesn't really work here. It doesn't really mean anything, okay? So if we break these two blocks, we should be able to do that and that, okay? And that seems cool. Okay, 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 okay. Yes. So what I want to do is say we're going to place when low signal is there. So like basically if there's not polymorphic fluid, place, right? That might be a problem. We really want to place only when it's air. I don't think it'll overwrite an existing fluid, but should we test that? I think we should. So if I put that in there, it's going to place, and that'll update, and that'll be cool. I'm going to shrink your speed in 10, and I'm going to make you 10 as well. So it runs every half a second. Okay. Now it'll be faster to update its redstone signal. Okay. So now let's just make sure that Buddy does not overwrite water. I'm pretty sure he won't. Yeah. See, he's not placing over top of the existing water. He can only place if there's air in that spot, which is what I want for this design. So that works. Okay. So does that mean I can just place it always? I think so, yeah. All right, so we've got the sensor. Now we want a dropper to go this way. Okay. And you drop on high signal. And you're emitting a redstone. Cool. And then, yes. So when high, you can drop this. Okay. So if I do this, are you going to be cool? Oh, yeah, you are. Nice. Okay. And now it's converting. That's cool. Okay. I like that. I like that. And then it converts. Okay. Now, how can I sense... So basically, I want you to drop when it's polymorphic, but I only want to collect when it's refined. And that's going to be the trick. Do I need another sensor, or can I use my existing sensor? So the only fluids that can be there... So what I could say is, like, I could detect for refined and pick up and drop when low signal. But the catch with that... Hey, look. Our first bucket of blaze ember. Nice. I should make, You know what I should make? I should make some more of this, because I'm pretty sure that Just Dire Things fuel generator, yes, need blaze gold. Okay. Okay. So blast furnace needs iron, which I'm getting a little bit low on, I'm not gonna lie. And I believe stone. Yes, stone. Might have stone on me. Yeah. Okay, that would be you. Oh, I need smooth stone. I knew there was a catch. Almost done. So yeah, how do I automate this? So I might need another sensor. Is there a way to do it without making another sensor? I'm trying to be conservative with the number of blocks that I have to place for this, but like by design, these early simple drops are simple. Like they really don't do a lot, but they do a lot, right? Like you can do some really cool things with them, but they're small, like, you know, areas of effect. They're not monsters, right? So that's kind of like the key with the simple machines. Like they don't cost RF, you'll notice, right? Like, you know, you can break blocks, you can collect, like there's all things they can do just within a very small area. So you have to be very specific about how you use them, you know, and that's what's up. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect one of you, and I'm gonna collect you. And let's smelt something, and I'm going to take you out of here. Okay, is there something I can smelt a bunch of? Copper should work. What I want to do is burn up a bunch of power. Okay. Might do 2 stacks of copper. Maybe I'll get some osmium cooking too, just for funds. What I wouldn't mind doing is having this could be completely empty. That seem possible? Probably. If I threw a couple more stacks of coal in there. Or this stuff, yeah. That looking good. And the reason I want this to be totally empty is... it would be cool. And we're close. There, now we're empty. Alright, everything here go away, please. Except you, I need you. Alright, nice and clean-ish. So we're going to compare the coal generator with the fuel generator and see the benefits of doing the process I just did. You ready? So the coal generator, 1 piece of blaze ember. Boom. The fuel generator, 1 blaze ember bucket. So you'll notice this guy's producing 240 energy per tick. This guy's producing 450 FE per tick. Cool. And it drains 1 millibucket per tick. So in short, 1 millibucket equals 450 FE. So does that mean we're going to get 450,000? I think so. Does that sound about right? Maybe? Yeah, we passed 225. So we should get 450. And this guy's running up. Okay? So, and this improves even further in the later tiers. So we got 216,000 forge energy from a single piece of coal, the tier 2 blaze coal, right? And we're getting 450,000 by doing the liquid process. So my recommendation to you is liquid process better in all ways, right? The only thing about that is, like, obviously it can only be used to generate Fe at that point, where this coal can obviously be used to smelt things and do other stuff. Okay, so coal generator, go back. You can dump your power into the thing. You can have your fuel canister back, and then again you can break and pick these things up, no problem, as long as you don't craft them by themselves. Because if you do that, then you'll have wasted your Fe. So let's go down here. Now you need to be clicked every now and then. Let's not forget about that. But I haven't figured out the collection process for you yet. And at this point, I'm just going to give you some nether wart. And that should be cool. Maybe not that much. Okay. So the only other thing we have left to do is sense and collect, right? I think I'm going to need that because the only thing I can do, I could say, like, tell me when there's refined, right? So if there's refined, pick it up. If there's not refined, drop. Doesn't work because, yeah. With pulse it might work, but it'll probably get unreliable. So I think what I'm going to have to do is have another sensor for the collector, because I only want to pick up when it's the right fluid, right? So let's get one more sensor. Am I out? I might be out of ferrocore. I might be out of ferrocore and mostly iron as well. Yeah, buddy. We are low. We are low on all the things. I think I have to go mining. I think that's what I'm telling myself right now. It's probably about time to go mining. Would not be surprised to learn that it's time to go mining. Alright, I'm going to clean up inventory. I'm going to go mine. And we're probably just going to wrap up the episode here. And when we come back, next episode, we'll finish this whole setup. Because I think we're pretty close to being in a good place with it, right? So how about, let's see, I'm going to put you, I guess I was going to leave that spot for You know, I'm gonna put you here. Let's move this. Let's memory you and you, so that you can go here along with my other just dire things. And that's a nice spot for a wrench. Cool. Cool. All right. So yeah, it's probably wrapping up point. So let's do that. Unless there's any ferrocore anywhere. I don't think so though. Nope. All right. So we'll wrap up here. When we come back next episode, basically all I need is a sensor and a collector here, and that shouldn't be a big deal. I would think. Yeah, I don't think that would be a big deal if we put a sensor and then a collector, and then we'd be good, right? And then we could pipe out of the collector and store it in some kind of tank, and that's where we'll set up the last of our stuff. But I have to mine before I get to that point. So for now, DireFuel20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm gonna go mining between episodes and come back to, you know, I'm gonna put these guys in here. Hopefully I don't forget about them. Fuel generator and collector. Yeah, so I need a sensor and it'll be good. You know, I really like this redstone pen, by the way. So that's getting a spot in the backpack too. Because that thing is cool, isn't it? How cool is that thing? I love that thing. All right, that seems like the sufficient amount of stuff to go mining with. I might collect some more obsidian while I'm down there, so I'll bring a bucket of water. All right, for now, DireFuel20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.